Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the new changes coming to Hyper Scape and also new content to expect in the near future. Recently, Hyper Scape done their first ever AMA over on Reddit in season 1, and this basically gave the opportunity for the community to ask any question they want, and the devs have an hour to respond to as many people as possible. There were questions asked such as the field of view slider on console, duos, game modes, the current problem with aim acceleration or a high aim sensitivity on consoles, and also much more. Fun fact, AMA actually stands for Ask Me Anything. I actually had to research this when I saw Hyper Scape tweet it out because I didn't even know what the term meant, and I probably sound stupid right now, but if there's one person watching this video that didn't know this and I've helped them out, then it's been worth it and we can be stupid together. Now I just want to apologize for underestimating you guys on my recent 2 videos. I asked for 500 likes and you smashed that goal within the first 24 hours. So I just want to apologize for underestimating you guys, and the support honestly means the world to me. Now with that said, let's try and reach 800 likes on today's video. So the first question that was answered, which we're going to be speaking about, is the question regarding is duos coming to Hyper Scape. Let's take a look at what the devs had to say. So this Reddit user said, me and my friend have been playing Hyper Scape as a duo in the squads filter and found it decently hard. If or when will you guys add a duo mode? By the way, love the game. And the devs responded, I love duos and you'll see them soon. So this pretty much confirms that duos will be coming very soon. Whether it's going to be an LTM or a permanent game mode, we'll have to find out, but I'm really excited for this. Duos is my most fun game mode in any battle royale because usually one friend will be online, but trying to find a squad is very hard, so I'm really stoked for this. The next question that got answered, and I've seen many people comment this in my recent videos, is there currently custom controller binding? And the answer to that is no, but will they be bringing this out in the future? The answer to that is most likely. Let's take a look at what this Reddit user said. Are you planning to add a custom controller binds anytime soon? And the devs reached out and said custom controller binding is currently something we're looking at for the future. Judging by the way they said this, is it's not likely going to be coming very soon. Maybe it will be in the next season or 2, but it's not something we're going to get next week, as with some other things I'm going to be speaking about. But it's nice that the devs have reassured us that at some time in the near future we will see custom controller binding coming to PS4 and Xbox. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, the next question that got answered, is probably the biggest question most console players have, and I'm with you guys because I'm also struggling really bad with aim in this game, and that's because they have added an insanely high aim acceleration compared to other battle royale games. So when you're aiming, it feels very sensitive and it almost feels like you've got a high sensitivity whilst aiming, but that's not the case. You can lower your sensitivity very low and you'll still feel like you've got a very fast aiming sensitivity. Let's take a look at what this dev had to say. So the question was, when you add different response curves, since the community is begging for it, please leave the exact same feeling response as a setting called classic or something, since I freaking love it and have played with similar curves for the past 4 years. The devs said, we are planning to add new settings to allow the player to choose a linear response curve and disable the acceleration that currently exists for all controller players. This work is being done now and will come soon. This will be the first step and we'll look at ways to improve it more in the future. So judging by what the dev said here, we can expect this update to probably come next week or in the next 2 weeks, because it seems like they're almost finished adding this and they're going to release this very shortly, and this is something that we need because at the moment this is what the gameplay looks like. It's just a mess right now. This guy you just saw, he's not a bad player. His aim isn't bad. It's just the aim acceleration in this game right now is just almost impossible to aim with. You can put this game in the hands of a very talented battle royale player, and I'm telling you right now, their aim is not going to be on point compared to other games. All of you people out there that were worried about why is your aim not as good, well, this is your answer. The next one, which is a very big one indeed, and I'm glad the devs actually answered this in their AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything, of course, and that is whether or not the devs will implement an FOV slider on console, which is probably the second biggest problem that console players have, and this is what the devs had to say. We're looking into what it takes to implement an FOV slider on console. We've seen all of the comments across the console community about this topic, and we know it's important to you. There is significant work to adding it, so we're looking at how to approach that currently. Now, that's very understandable. It's not like they could just flick a switch and enable field of view to come to consoles. I'm sure they kind of have to rebuild the whole FOV for consoles specifically and recode it. Look, I'm not a games designer, but I can appreciate how long it takes to do things. I'm a bit disappointed they didn't add it with the launch. I would rather Hyper Scape be delayed a little bit and they give us, you know, custom controller binding, field of view. But as long as we get an FOV slider within the next couple of months, then I guess it's not that bad having to wait. It might release earlier. It depends how much work is needed to bring FOV to console. I mean, it's not as bad right now that console players haven't got an FOV slider because crossplay isn't in the game. But when crossplay does eventually launch, then it's going to be a very big problem with PC players going against console players. When console players are zoomed so far in, you can't even see what's going on around you. With the verticality as well, console players need a field of view. The next thing I want to cover is crossplay. This person said, since I couldn't find any information on it, I was wondering if crossplay and or cross progression will be a thing, and this is what the dev said. Cross progression is live now, which basically means that you can play on the same account no matter if you're playing on Xbox or PC. You can move your accounts across, which is really good to know. And crossplay will ship this year. Now they're very blunt in terms of not giving us any dates or any suggestions on the time in which they're going to release crossplay. They've done the same thing with the launch of the game. They didn't tell us when the game was going to launch. They just said it's going to launch this year and it's going to launch in the summer, and they're very blunt when it comes to giving dates. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think it's probably going to drop around fall. It would be nice if we could see it in the next month or two, but I don't think I want crossplay until we get an FOV slider on console. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be happy with crossplay coming into the game and playing against PC players if you don't have an FOV slider? Of course, there will probably be an option to disable crossplay, but let me know down below what you would rather have first come into the game, crossplay or an FOV slider. Now, the last question I want to talk about is very interesting because this is something I've been thinking ever since I first played Hyper Scape back in the closed beta, and that is, will Hyper Scape expand to other game modes such as TDM and also other game modes that are respawn? Let's take a look at the question. Hi there, I really enjoy the movement and gunplay, but I'm not a big on Battle Royale. Will you ever consider doing more specific game modes like TDM, Capture the Flag, and other modes on curated maps? The dev said, we believe Hyper Scape has the potential to have multiple game modes, including TDM. We're looking at ideas like that for the future. This would be really awesome if Hyper Scape gave us something like TDM or even Domination, because they could lower the time to kill significantly, bearing in mind the game mode will be respawn and you haven't got that much on the line. Having a game mode like TDM will be so much fun. Of course, they need to give us new maps. We can't play TDM on a map like Neo Arcadia, but the fact that they're already looking into this and how to expand Hyper Scape is really exciting. So I just wanted to bring you guys a quick video letting you know the devs are working on the current issues in this game, and they're also looking at expanding Hyper Scape, giving us all this awesome content in the near future. It's fair to say if you enjoy Hyper Scape and you're a Hyper Scape fan, you've got a lot to look forward to in the near future. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to scroll down, click the like button. As I said earlier, let's try and hit 800 likes on today's video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future Hyper Scape and Rogue Company videos. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch all of you guys out in another brand new Hyper Scape video.